Yep.
Tanya, are you back? Because I know Tanya said BRB.
Awesome. Well, I'm not getting off. What a time for my mouse to die.
That's usually how it happens.
Yippers. Oh, this just won't do. I'm gonna have to get a fucking battery for it. I'm still ready to play.
Okay. I'm waiting to see if Tanya's back yet.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Did you mute yourself, Tanya, or are you actually not back? I just figured I'd have to actually ask that question. Oh. Ooh, excuse me. Looks like indigestion isn't just on you today. Oh, shit.
am back now.
Okay, welcome back.
Welcome back.
So,
Welcome back, welcome back.
welcome back, everybody. We have been away for what feels like forever.
Only been a week.
But not last week, it was the week before.
Holy cow, that's right.
You guys had your first shopping episode. You guys literally spent the entire time shopping. You guys did manage to go to the Coffin Maker's workshop, where you did find Ezek and a ton of guards around the Coffin Maker's shop. So that kind of bristled all of you a little bit before Lana had mentioned that somebody should go and tell Father Lucian about what was going on, and Ismark offered, so Ismark is off at the church. You guys all got back to the inn, and Lana asked for the few books that Danica had about the history of Barovia and the history of Vallaki. And you did get a fairly good history about Vallaki. You read about the previous barons and how the current baron murdered his father and took over. But the rule hasn't really changed here. Sam and Irina went to Sam and Ismark's room, and Liliana and Primrose stayed downstairs and had a glass of wine, and that we ended with about an hour and a half before you guys were scheduled to go to dinner at the Wachter house. So, with about an hour and a half left, that is where we will start tonight. You have an hour and a half before you all need to go to Wachter House, or whoever is going to go, whoever would like to go.
We don't really have spare clothes in our packs, do we?
I believe you have common clothes, do you not?
Okay.
Let me see.
Okay. Is there a tailor?
You have vestments.
That's true.
You have vestments. Lana has common clothes.
I was trying to avoid the vestments.
Liliana doesn't have any common clothes. Primrose has traveler's clothes.
Then if we have an hour and a half left before dinner, we should stop. We should round our shopping trip out with at least,
Going to a tailor?
Getting some actual clothes that might be fit for dinner, so that we don't actually look like
bums?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I can wear armor, but that would be kind of crappy. Some dinner clothes for.
Mm-hmm. Some fancy clothes.
Oh, like tuxedos, like I've seen a few people wearing occasionally.
Yeah, no.
Hmm.
Yeah, no. Thank God monkey suits didn't exist in well, I don't know if they exist, but I doubt they'd exist in Barovia.
Here is the map of Vallaki again. You guys are currently at number 1. You guys are currently here. Wachter House is here. The tailor is here. Basically right
So it's
across
pretty
the
close.
road. Right across the road from the inn, almost. Kitty corner.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So if you go there, y'all have time.
Oh, yeah. I'm going there. I don't know if anybody else is.
Lana,
Well, Primrose is very interested in this. She will attend.
Lana was still reading, so
Yeah, Lana is upstairs reading, so if you're going to the tailor, she won't know. But
Nope. I'm gonna have one of the other girls go and knock on your door and let them know last minute shopping for frickin' dinner attire. If you're
I was
up
gonna
for it.
say, Irina can go and, knock on the door and just speak from the other side of the door, telling Lana,
Yeah.
we're going to go to the tailor shop to get you all some better attire for dinner. Unless you're not
Lana-
coming.
Lana throws open the door and she says, "Yes, I feel as though wearing Barovia attire would be best suited. That makes sense. Let's go."
You watch her brow kind of lift up a little bit. Barovia attire? Do you not mean just plain dinner attire? Because no matter where you are, you should have a nice set of clothes for when you're invited to dinner.
The only time we ever wore anything nice was during ceremonies, and it was normally our priest gear. So,
But that's what I'm saying. You should have an attire for if you get invited to something.
I mean, I could wear my priest gear.
You don't have to wear that. You can come with us to the tailor shop. All I'm saying is, you don't have to wear your vestments, per se, but you should have something nice to wear. That's just for a dinner. I don't know how to explain that better. I have something. I'm gonna go change into that now.
Meanwhile,
Irina, and she shrugs and she says, "Okay, I will let them know that you are changing." And she starts going downstairs.
Primrose is just like... She's just kind of silent for a while before she looks at Sam and very cautiously asks, "Well, what's wrong with our normal clothes?" Because she's obviously never been invited to anywhere nice in her entire life.
I mean, other than bloodstains and travel wear, I mean, nothing. There's nothing wrong with our normal clothes for our normal day-to-day activity, but I'm certainly not wearing a suit of armor to dinner.
Well, why
I mean,
not?
if you're out in the woods fighting monsters and, you live in your armor, I'm going to get myself a damn clean shirt and go to dinner.
I mean, I live in my armor. Is that not appropriate?
Well, living in your armor is one thing when you're out on the road. We're in a city, in polite society. I mean, honestly, I could just go for a new shirt, new pet. I wasn't exactly prepared for polite society when I left, other than my vestments, which are pretty much my armor for the most part. Being a
So
fighting.
if we're invited places, then we're not allowed to wear armor.
Well, it's not that you're not allowed to. It'd be kind of rude. It's kind of like if you show up in armor to your host's house, are you showing up expecting them to fight you?
Oh,
Like-
so it means that you think they're hostile and have bad intention.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Unless you're in a weird family like mine where showing up in armor is okay. But, most people don't do that.
Oh. Well,
My
Then-
family's weird.
I didn't know that was a weird thing necessarily.
Well, not in an inn or a tavern when you're out on the road all the time, no. But when you're invited to somebody's home for dinner, to show up armed and armored is, wearing a sword is one thing. That's kind of what people do. But when you show up ready for war, it's a sign of distrust to your host.
Oh. Well, then
Can
your
be.
idea to get new clothes is wise.
Cool.
And she,
Well, that's all
she just nods her head approvingly.
Lana walks down at the end of the conversation, and she says Irina is changing into her dinner wear, I believe.
Not good.
I told her the only nice things I have are my priestess clothes, and she said that I should probably find something else to wear anyway, so...
I mean, technically you could wear those. That would be completely acceptable. I just didn't feel like it.
I figured I'd wear whatever the Barovians wear.
Cool. I'm sure the tailor will be able to help us out with current fashion and style.
To seem more acclimated to the country.
I'm sorry?
To seem more acclimated to the country.
Yep. It is nice to fit in sometimes.
Well, that's what I said, and she kind of looked at me weird.
How did you say it?
I said, find something that's Barovia wear.
Okay, that's why. Barovia, it's people, just to fit in with the region. When you specifically say it like that, sometimes it can be taken as insult. It's like, instead of just saying when in Barovia, do as Barovians, but to say that you have to dress in Barovia wear assumes that they're somehow different. I don't know. That one's a weird one to me. I have no problem with what you said personally.
But they do dress differently than I do.
What's that?
They do dress differently than I do.
They dress differently than I do, too.
Lana's brows furrow, and she sits at the table waiting for Irina to come down and them to get going to the tailor, and she just thinks upon how she's talking to everybody and trying to figure out how to not cut people off.
It's going to be a long road on that one, trust me. You know how long it took my parents to get me to talk to people without being a freaking sledgehammer?
When Irina...
Very tiring.
When Irina comes down the stairs, you all see, now you look at this picture, and this is some art of Irina, but there is an issue with her, so don't look at the actual person in the clothing, look at the actual outfit. This is the outfit she's wearing with a very kind of flowy peasant shirt, and she has it very open. She's not afraid to show herself off, and she's got this little underbust waist corset and some leather leggings, and the boots that she's wearing go up to her knee.
Oh, excellent.
And she has her hair kind of brushed back and over her shoulders, so these long curls just bounce and tangle together against her shoulder, and she smiles. I know where the tailor shop is. Are you all ready to go?
I don't know, my brother said never to let a woman do this, but you can help me pick out what's in style.
Oh, your brother should learn. Women know quite a bit more than men do when it comes to fashion. I'll help you out, dear.
Let me do it. He said if you want to end up in the tailor shop all day, you can let a woman pick clothes out for you.
I can tell you right now, I am not the biggest fan of shopping. I will find something that looks good on you, and then we will leave.
Perfect.
Wonderful. And she looks around. Where is your other little elf friend?
Primrose just, turned her head around very, very quickly and just... She was here 2 seconds ago, if that's helpful. And she goes outside and just keeps looking around. Just in the front yard before just screaming, just, Liliana!
Dear fuck.
Oh, you picked quite the menagerie of people, didn't you?
You know, I didn't actually pick them. We kind of just all ended up here together.
Correct.
We didn't pick each other at all. We
Not
just
at
kind of
all.
woke up here and went that way.
Oh.
Lana just keeps nodding.
Well, hopefully this will bring you all close and make you all very good friends by the end.
We all did find her, and he points to Primrose.
That is true. We did find her on the way here, didn't we?
Yep. So we all come with her.
You guys picked up Primrose like a stray cat.
Just a little band of misfits.
Uh-huh.
I will go out on the limb and assume that Liliana is with Bardolph.
Yes.
Primrose just shimmying her little self over to the stables.
Right, we didn't decide whether one of us was going to stay with the wolf.
Oh no. Well, the real question to that is, does Liliana care very much about her appearance? If not, she stays and doesn't go to the tailor shop.
She's going to sigh and she'll say, "I'll be right back." And she walks over to the stable and she, throws open the door and she says, "Elf?"
Elf?
Which one?
Oh my god!
Both of us are here.
Alright, Liliana's just like, which one?
Primrose is just looking at Liliana, then down at herself, then just back and forth.
The both of you.
No one knew after all this time.
We are going to dinner. If you are coming, we are going to go get what they have called dinner clothes. If you would like to come, we are leaving now.
Well, I know that. That's why I was back here in the first place, is to get Liliana. And she just kind of grumpily grabs Liliana's forearm, and it's just like, come on, Liliana, let's go.
You were taking your sweet time.
At the time that you both fucking busted in the door, she was crushing Bardolph.
Too late.
Like, FBI open up the door, and I'm just over here brushing my dog.
I mean, if you want to stay brushing your dog, you're more than welcome to. Are you staying
Liliana
here for the
has to
dinner?
come.
Why?
Where did you come from, Sam?
Oh, yeah, never mind. My bad.
Like a tunnel up from the ground.
I'm too used to us not splitting up, so forgive me on.
Well, Liliana has to come. If she's coming to dinner, which she is, then she needs to look somewhat presentable. And just looks Liliana up and down.
And Liliana just scoffs and is like, the last time I went to dinner with someone was a general, and I just had to be a kiss ass for him.
Well,
You're
I
coming
promise.
to the dinner.
What she said. Now come on. And she just starts lightly tugging on her forearm. We're going.
Fine.
Lana sighs and she looks to Bardolph and she shakes her head and she starts walking faster than the elves off to the front.
I was about to say elves have really long legs, but then I realized how tall you are, and I was like, you know what? Never mind.
I don't think I'm the shortest of the group, I believe.
What? I swear someone told me you were really tall.
You're 7'5".
I am. Whoops. What group am I the shortest of?
You're
then?
thinking of Lovely's Curse of Strahd game.
Oh,
Yeah, you were
oh,
5 foot
yeah.
tall in that world.
My bad.
Taller, you're shorter than Sam, apparently.
How tall is
No, I'm
Sam?
7'5".
No, Sam's only like 5. He's not.
It says
Sam-
6
Sam's
foot.
5'9"?
It says 6 foot in your height, sir.
Does it? I thought I made him 5'8". Oh well. Maybe
It's
6 foot.
I like how.
No, I want him to be a short king.
No.
Hey,
Liliana is 6'3". Primrose, Primrose is the shortest at 5'7".
Oh my god. You short ass elf.
Well, to be fair, the abuse kind of stunted her growth a little bit. Sorry.
But I mean, also couple that with the fact that you are on the tall end of the spectrum of elves.
Yeah, no, Primrose isn't short. Liliana is just freakishly tall.
Yes.
No, elves are usually 6 feet something.
Yeah.
You're just short for an elf.
Yep.
No.
It's the child neglect.
Anyway,
Lana is gonna pinch the bridge of her nose as she walks up to the front, and she's gonna say, "The elves are coming."
perfect.
Elves, we have names, ma'am.
There are 2 of you. You are the
Lil
same.
and Prim. I totally did not come up with that right on the spot.
Okay.
Lana looks to Sam, and she just looks very confused.
I don't know what to say to that either.
Okay.
Primrose is blissfully ignoring it.
I think we're all just at the stage where we're trying to pick on each other to relieve some amount of social tension somewhere. I don't know. I don't understand either, well, any of you for that matter, all the time. No offense.
Lana
No
looks at
offense
Sam and
taken.
says, "None taken."
All right.
None taken. People say that about me a lot.
Gotcha.
So, you guys all meet up at the front of the tavern, and Irina just starts walking ahead of you guys, and she lifts a hand and just kind of like does some come hither fingers and just basically telling you guys to follow.
Follow the pretty lady. Out of character.
I mean, yeah.
So she takes you guys, and she takes you guys. Essentially, it's just across the street. And you see this beautiful, beautiful shop on the outside, and the sign hanging down says, "The Beast's Rose." And as you guys enter, there's a soft chime of a bell. And you hear a woman's voice. "Oh, one moment, please."
Where do we enter from?
It'll be right here.
Oh, is this? That's the stairs.
Mm-hmm. You guys hear this woman's voice, and she sounds nervous, maybe? Maybe is what it is, or maybe it's just shy. It's hard to tell, really. And as you come in and you see her, you see this. She's a shorter woman. She's shorter than Primrose. She's very petite. But she is heartbreakingly beautiful. Like, you guys have all seen Irina, and Irina is a very beautiful woman. But these two can compete.
And who would win that competition?
It's hard to say. When she comes out, and she comes out from behind the counter to greet all of you. There is this grace about her. Much like how when you guys first met Primrose, and it was a very ethereal type of feeling with Primrose, you get a similar feeling with this woman, except it's not the holy shit, what is this creature that's here? The look on her face, she's very shy, but she's trying to smile, and she's wearing this beautiful red dress with this fur shawl around her shoulders, and her hands are idly turning in one another. Welcome to the Beast, Rose. How can we help you today? We were just about to close.
Good thing we caught you then.
Mm-hmm.
We have a dinner in a little over an hour, and need something decent to wear for it.
Oh, okay. Well, who all needs something to wear?
Primrose raises her hand.
Lana steps up and puts her hand up.
Oh my, aren't you very big? Hold on a moment. And you watch her walk around your group, and she goes through another door, and you can hear her. You can't understand what she's saying, but you can hear her saying something. And when she comes back out, she kind of chuckles. If you give him one moment, my husband will be here, and he might be able to help you. And she moves to Primrose and Liliana. Now, you two, I believe I can do. What are you looking for exactly?
Hey, I'll let, out of character, I'll let Liliana answer this one first.
We have some very beautiful dresses. My husband creates very, very beautiful dresses.
Liliana is just like, I will take a tuxedo, please and thank you.
A tuxedo?
Yes.
I don't think we have that. Do you mean like a suit, or would you like something like, and she gestures to Irina, maybe something like that?
Oh, you. A suit, please.
How? I will find something for you. She looks at Primrose. Let's see.
I'm not even hiding with amusement.
As
Primrose has, like, stars in her eyes. Like, this woman is the epitome of grace and beauty and amazingness to her. She's, like, starry-eyed and just... And she smiles and just,
she's like right up in your bubble, and she's looking you over, and you can see her as she's like, you can hear, oh, maybe some green, oh, maybe a red, kind of like this, maybe a red, oh, ooh, an orange or a pink might be very pretty too. Oh. And as she's, go ahead.
Primrose's face is like bright pink. Like, she is blushing, like, all over her face. Just, she starts looking at the ceiling, just determined to not look at this woman while she is examining her.
And Liliana sees this, and she just nudges Primrose and goes,
Primrose is just, there's clearly something very interesting about this ceiling to Primrose.
Well, she looks at you both and she says, my name is Lottie. I believe I can help the two of you today. Here, come with me. And she literally hooks her arms into your guys's, and she takes you off over here.
Primrose looks like she is dying and going to heaven. Like if there was a phrase to match to her face, it would be like, "Thank the Lord."
Now, as she is taking the two elves away, you guys hear, you, as in Sam and Lana and Irina, all hear what sounds like very heavy footsteps. And you watch as the door opens, and the person coming out of it has to bend over in order to come out of the doorway. And he thumps his way over to you guys, and he has this really big smile on his face, and he goes, "Now my wife told me you all need something.
Yes, sir?
I am Gilly. Pleasure to meet you. What sort of event are you going to?"
Dinner.
"Oh, a dinner. Lovely. My, you are big." And he's looking at Lana. And to say that is kind of funny for him, because he's only about 5 inches shorter than you are. This is a very large, very hefty man.
Lana quirks her head and she says, "I find that odd coming from somebody who's not that much shorter than I."
I'm usually the tallest one here. We don't get many taller than me. So, this shall be fun. Come with me. And he just turns on his heel and bends down to get back into the doorway. Irina's just giggling at this point, and she just kind of walks between the two of you and follows him.
Lana follows and she says, "I'm usually one of the shorter ones, but okay."
Yeah, you're probably the tallest person in this city.
I have to agree with that. I think you're probably the tallest person here.
Please tell me that will not be an issue if finding clothes for this dinner.
Oh, no. I have plenty. I can find something for you, trust me. Now, would you prefer to wear a dress? Would you prefer to wear something like she's wearing? And he gestures to Irina again. What would you like?
She looks at Irina and she kind of quirks her head to the left. And she's taking in what Irina's wearing. And she says, if what Irina is wearing is appropriate, then yes, I will wear it.
Now, this is the outfit. Just a reminder.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at Irina again, and he looks at you. Now, her shirt is meant to be that open. Do you want it that open? And it's very obvious, if Irina moved wrong, something might slip.
Lana shrugs her shoulders and she says, Is there something wrong with what she's wearing? Because I want to make a good first impression, or impression anyway. Whatever is nice and fits the dinner.
Well, many things can fit the dinner. I just wasn't sure if you wanted to expose yourself that much. But if that's what you want, I can go find something. Now you. And he looks at Sam. Are you just wanting something casual as well?
She's going to be in charge of what I'm wearing. He points at Irina. I usually wear armor as my first choice for the day, so he's going to tell you what to get me, and I'm going to be good with it.
All right. You, my dear, come with me. And he gestures for Irina to follow him, and she follows, and he calls out to Lana, "You first. You're going to come back here with me."
She nods and she follows him to the back.
Okay. He is taking care of Lana right now. We will move to Lottie and Primrose and Liliana.
You said her name was Lottie?
Lottie.
Beautiful.
Like Lottie Dottie.
Yes, like Lottie Dottie. She starts with you, Primrose, and she goes to a rack and she pulls out this dress that shifts in color from orange to pink to red and then to a really dark, like violet red at the bottom. She grabs another dress.
Wait, so is it an ombre or like a sparkly?
It's an ombre dress.
Oh, okay.
She grabs
Because I've seen like other colors. Huh? Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Because I've seen like other color shifting dresses that like use sparkles to do it, so I was kind of confused.
Yeah, no. She grabs another dress, and it is a very soft pastel-y pink sort of color. She then moves and she actually grabs a very flowy blouse that is... It's like a red orangey color, and a skirt that is black, but it is stitched with, it's embroidered with hundreds of flowers.
Primrose is immediately like magnetized to the first two dresses. And she's just like, oh, I've always loved wearing dresses. They're one of my favorite attires, but I don't know which one to pick. And she puts her hands on the side of her head and just squeezes her eyes shut in thought.
Go try them on, dear. Just go try them on.
She grabs the dresses and she skitters off.
You try them on, come out, do a twirl. We will tell you how well you look.
Hey. She skitters off to a dressing room, like, at the speed of light. And within a few minutes, she comes out in the color-shifting dress. And spins around very happily like a little girl. And stops and says, well, what do you guys think? And she just kind of tilts her head. Very cute. Very adorable. 10 out of 10. Love her.
Liliana just sees this dress, and you can see she has like a face of like not amusement, but like a face of like wow.
In a good way?
Yeah.
After she comes out in the second dress, she does the same thing, but twirling around a little extra time, and then points at Liliana very dramatically and says, what's your opinion?
If you give me a moment, I am going to upload what the styles of the dresses look like.
Yes.
I was about to just like bullshit it.
Give me a moment. God, give me a second.
The game with more shopping today.
Okay, so the first dress, which is the ombre kind of colored dress, this is the style it's in.
Hold on. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, God.
That is the style of the orange to pink to red to violet. The pale pink dress that you picked out is in this style.
That's very small.
You gotta give me a second.
Ooh. Liliana is just like, I like this one more.
You like the pink one more?
Yep.
Well then, I suppose then this has to be the one I get since I trust your opinion so much. And she does a little extra twirl out of happiness.
Oh, that dress
just giggling.
Does look quite lovely. I think that fits you perfectly.
Liliana's just like, see, second opinion.
Primrose is just giggling like a happy little girl. And yes.
Wonderful.
She is having the time of her life.
Wonderful,
Okay,
wonderful. So, now your turn. I don't think a suit would be suitable. So, what we are going to do is we are going to do this. And you watch her go to another rack. And she's searching through and she finds a black top. It's a peasant top. It's much like Irina's, but it's closed. And she finds a cloth scarf that is green in color, and she finds a pair of leather leggings, and she offers these to you. She goes, much like that beautiful Mrs. Underbust, you can tie this scarf around your waist, and it adds a pop of color, but it still adds that regality. And it's not a dress.
Liliana looks at it for like 5 seconds, like, do you think the scarf can come in red?
Let me look. And she takes the scarf back and she goes back to this shelf that has just hundreds of scarves on it. And she searches through and do you have a particular shade?
Oh, not really.
Okay. And she looks at you for a moment. And you watch her look through her scarves again, and she pulls out this scarf that if you look at it, it almost looks like what fresh blood looks like on grass.
Oh.
And she offers it to you. How does this one look?
Love it. Thank you very much.
Go try it on. Let's see how it looks.
And she's just like, Dad, kind of walking, like the Pink Panther walk.
You really don't have to do that. We're all ladies here.
And like, she walks out, kind of just like her leg out and like sense it with her like arms.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like,
Give me just 1 second here. Of course, I can't find like a nice one for what yours looks like. I'll find one eventually. But you watch her just kind of clap her hands together. That looks lovely. What do you think?
Primrose.
Primrose just claps her hands together and she looks Liliana up and down before saying, well, although I do think you look beautiful in everything, I am partial to this, with a small giggle. You look very nice.
Liliana, just like, she looks like she's about to collapse, and her face is just like a bright red.
Do both of the elves like women?
Perfect. So the two of you are taken care of. Am I right? Or would you like something else?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
I'm quite alright.
Perfect. Let's get you both up front and we'll wait for your companions.
Alright.
So now we are back over to Lana. You wanted an outfit similar to what Irina is wearing. So he comes out and he has a bundle of clothes in his hands. And as he lays them out very carefully, you see a peasant shirt that is similar to Irina's, but it's a little bit more closed off. There's still like just a small string that you could tie if you wanted to, but it's flapped open. Instead of an underbust corset, kind of like with Liliana, he brings out a scarf, and he actually chooses this very beautiful gold scarf that's been embroidered with all these swirls and stars, and it's very pretty. And a pair of brown leather leggings. And he looks at you. If you'd like boots, I can get boots, but I don't know if I have boots in your size. I might.
I would very much like exactly like her outfit. With the boots, I guess. Yes.
I will go look for some boots. Good night. And he wanders off. Go try that on real quick, though. Make sure it fits.
Lana goes and gets changed.
Irina is standing there, and when you get changed, and if you come out, she looks at you. That actually looks quite good on you.
Lana is like smoothing it down, and is there a mirror that she can look in?
Mm-hmm. There's a very large, full-length mirror.
She's gonna kind of like check herself out, and she'll nod and she'll say, "Yes, I do believe this looks quite pleasing." And she turns to Sam and she says, "How do I look?"
Well, Sam is currently outside of this like dressing room area, so you would have to go out.
Yeah.
She walks out and she says, "How do I look?"
Sam gives you 2 thumbs up. Excellent.
And she'll look back to Irene and she'll say, "Do I look more Barovian in this?"
Irina just she has to stop herself from chuckling, and she goes, "I believe you look more human in this."
As long as that is good for here.
Oh, yes. I believe it will ease some of the minds around here, at the very least.
Excellent.
Wonderful, wonderful. Gilly comes out, and he brings a pair of leather boots, and he offers them to you, and he says, "Those will not go up to your knee. They will probably go like your mid-calf, but it's essentially the same look."
She takes them from him and does a half bow and puts them on.
Perfect. Wonderful. You look very lovely in that.
I was told I look more human, so I will say thank you.
You are quite welcome. Obviously, it does make you look more human, but I wouldn't always say that. It makes you look dignified.
Dignified. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. He looks to Irina. Will you go get him? And then he looks at you, Lana. You're more than welcome to head out. Go to the front with my wife. I'm sure she'll take care of you. She might get you a drink if you need a drink.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes out front and waits.
And Irina comes out after, and she does the come hither finger at you, Sam. He's ready for you now.
Yep. Sam will get up and just go.
Do you need
So
help?
what do we put?
Do you need help peeling that off?
Nah. I mean, yeah.
I was about to say, I could make it fun.
I mean, yeah.
She just laughs. And Gilly...
Yeah, that would be reflexive stupidity on my part for declining, so yeah, just go with that.
Gilly, he hears all this, and he's you can hear him laughing. When you guys enter the room, he's got his hands on his waist, and he's looking at the two of you. And he looks at you, Sam. That needs to come off first. so I can see
Yep.
exactly what I'm working with here. So I can help you, or she can help you.
No offense, dude, but her.
No homo.
That is fine.
Dude,
I will leave so she can help you do that. Please don't take too long. We would like to go home.
Hey, no, we actually have an appointment, so we can't take too long.
Perfect. So Irina begins to help you remove your armor as he is waiting to see what he's working with exactly.
Cool.
And with Irina's help, it probably takes 5-6 minutes for you to get your armor off rather than the usual 10 to 12 doing it by yourself.
Yep.
And she's very careful about your armor. You watch her place it very carefully. And she doesn't place pieces on top of each other. She lays it out so that nothing gets scratched, nothing gets dented. She's trying to be very careful with your things.
That's cool.
And Irina calls Gilly back out, and he comes back out. He goes, okay, let's see what we're working with here. Now, my dear, what would you like him to look like? Do you want him to look like a regal lord? Do you want him to just look like a common peasant? What are you wanting? And you can see her as her hands cover her mouth, and once again, she's trying very hard not to just burst out laughing.
Oh, you can laugh. It's totally cool by me.
Oh, I know it's fine with you, dear. I know it's perfectly fine with you. And you watch her look you up and down. Like, she's literally looking at you like a piece of meat.
I'll pose. Not.
She's looking you up and down. Let's go with something like a reddish, like a red-violet color. I think that would look very nice with his skin. And he nods, and he runs off into the back. I think you're going to look very nice.
Sure, I hope so.
It shouldn't be too long. You just have to try it on, and if it's okay with you, we can go.
Oh no, it's like I said, you're getting the pick, so as long as it fits, it's good.
Well, you should have some opinion, but if you're not experienced in this kind of thing, then okay.
I mean, it's not that I'm not experienced in this kind of thing. It's this is a slightly different culture than I'm used to, and yeah, go for it. You tell me what's fashion.
You would think that, you at least know how to dress yourself for a party.
Oh, I do. I just think it's more fun to let you do it.
Oh. Am I replacing your mother here now?
Oh, God, no. Do you think I sleep with my mother?
I never said you slept with your mother, but usually Mommy is the one who picks out the clothes for the children.
This is just what I call amusement.
Okay, that's what we'll call it then.
I'm curious to see what you'll have me dressed in.
So, it takes a few minutes and Gilly comes out. And he has a peasant shirt, kind of similar to Irina's, but it looks a little thinner. Like it's made out of a thinner material. And as he's placing everything down, he places down the peasant shirt, but before the peasant shirt, there's this coat, and it's got buckles on it, and it looks very, very nice. And it's this beautiful red velvety color, like a burgundy color. And there's matching burgundy leggings, and there's these brown boots, and he's got a belt with it, and there are gloves with it as well.
Okay.
Try this. I am about to post this for you.
I am not seeing it if it is up.
Give me a second. Y'all are impatient as hell.
That's about exactly what I was picturing. Okay.
See?
Classy.
Very classy.
That's about what I was picturing.
Sam is
All right.
going to be classy, man.
I need you to write down Lana's outfit so I can get Deegan to draw it for me.
You have... I can just send you the picture for it.
Yes, but you had different colors with it.
Well, yeah, I can still send you the colors.
I'd love to see what Liliana's outfit looks like because I am struggling to picture it.
God, give me a little bit here. Okay? Because Liliana's outfit is similar to Irina's outfit. The difference between all three of your guys' outfits, like yours, Lana's, and Irina's, is basically how much your tits are out. Yours is basically completely closed. There's a very small V at the dip in your collarbone. With Lana's, hers comes down a little bit, like maybe right where her cleavage would start to show, and then Irina's is completely open.
Eddie.
Titties.
Yes.
No, you're not allowed to say that.
Boobies.
Hey, you're not allowed to say either.
Okay, but how about everyone is so cool and like badass, and Primrose is just in like a pretty pastel pink little fantasy medieval girl dress.
The difference with like Lana's and Liliana's is, Lana, you have a gold scarf that's embroidered with these beautiful swirls and stars, and it looks very, very pretty. It's very elegant, but it's still casual.
Something that Marielle would take.
I don't think Marielle would take this. I think this would be way too casual for Marielle.
Oh.
I like how all the girls are like, I'm gonna wear this because I'm cool and and whatever. I'm a cool, badass female protagonist. And Primrose is just like, I want a pretty pink dress, please.
Well, okay,
Liliana,
Lana's too tall.
Fair.
he could make a dress that is long enough for you, by the way. But anyway.
But it has to be made.
But he just has to lengthen a dress. Anyway, Liliana's outfit is black peasant shirt, black leather pants, black boots, and then she has the blood red scarf on her waist.
Wait, she's wearing leather pants?
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice.
Leather
kind of
leggings.
a thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the only difference between Lana and Irina is Irina has the underbust corset and Lana has a gold scarf around the waist.
Cool.
There is a similar outfit for you.
So let us pay the folks.
So, Irina is very happy with this choice. And she looks at you, Sam, and she goes, see? That didn't take long at all, did it?
Not at all. I thought you would at least try to get me in one dress before you put me in what you actually wanted.
Oh, no. If I want to get you in a dress, I'm going to do that somewhere private. That'll be more fun.
You know, I figured with your sense of humor, you might just take the opportunity.
Oh, no, dear. I wouldn't want to
Needs
embarrass
to
you.
keep that in the bedroom, guys.
Oh, yeah, I don't embarrass.
Well, maybe next time I'll have a little bit of fun then.
No, I don't embarrass.
Gilly is laughing. Like, he doesn't care if you guys notice or not. And he goes, we're all set then.
Yep.
Perfect.
Excellent service. Thank
Perfect.
you, sir.
Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your patronage. And he moves and leads you guys through the door to come back. And as you guys are walking, he looks back at you, Sam. Where are you all staying? I believe I should probably send your clothing and armor somewhere.
Yeah, room whatever at the inn.
You are in room 3.
I believe we are in room 4.
You are in room 4.
Looks Irina.
She nods. And Liliana and Primrose are in room 2. So,
Love rooms.
you all meet each other back in the main part of the shop. And Lottie comes out, and you watch as Gilly and Lottie, when they meet each other, there is an instant, his arm is around her waist, and it just looks giant compared to her. He is at least 2 feet taller than her. So he looks giant compared to her. And you watch as, while one arm is hugging her waist, she's leaning into Gilly and just idly sort of tapping his stomach. You all look absolutely lovely. Now, let me get this price ready for you. Are you all paying together?
I mean,
Or
I
are
don't
you
care.
paying separately?
I don't care if we want to dump this together or if we want to do this separate. Makes no
Primrose has 10 gold to her name.
Oh, Liliana has 86.
10 gold should be enough for clothes, but you never know here.
She looks
Well, what's the price? So
She's writing all of your things down, and she's looking at all of you. Okay, that. Total. It'll be about 60 gold, just because her, and she points to Primrose, her outfit took a little bit more time to make. So about 60 gold.
60 for the 4 of us? Not terrible.
Lana puts in 20 gold.
Yeah. Let me see. How much do I have? Where's my sheet? Oh, that's right. My sheet actually works here.
She says, I can contribute this much.
Where's
Okay.
the gold?
Liliana.
Yeah, Liliana.
I did not subtract what it was going to cost for my weapons last game. Do you remember what you charged me for my mace to be silvered?
It was 30 gold. And
30.
and Lana put 20 gold to it.
Oh, she did.
Yes.
So that means I have that. And I guess I'll put 20 gold for it too.
Okay.
I'll match what Lana did. So
Irina will walk up and she'll put down 20 gold. And then you watch her reach into her pouch again and she pulls out another 10. This is for having to deal with all of us last minute.
yeah, you know what? I'll match that one too.
We are quite a rowdy bunch, and we apologize for that. Thank you for staying open so we could get this done. We don't
I
have
just
much time.
realized I've been muted this entire time.
How much were you putting in?
I was gonna put in like 20 or 19.
Well, Irina basically just paid for Primrose.
Well, if it was 60 for all of us, we all, between the three of us.
Between the three of them, they paid for
Yeah.
everything.
I was about to pay for something. I was like, well, I'm gonna pay blah blah blah, and I thought, I was like, why are they ignoring me? And then I look in Discord, I'm like, I'm muted?
Yep.
Yes.
Looks like the mute button robbed you of your chance to pay for stuff.
Yep.
Sad.
Okay. The quickest way to double your money is to fold it back over and put it back into your pocket.
So, with you all paying and then Sam and Irina basically giving her an extra 20 gold, you watch her eyes get really wide and oh, thank you so much. We can get a nice dinner.
Yeah.
And Gilly just nods his head. We can do that, love. Now, if you'll excuse us, we do need to close up shop. You all enjoy your dinner.
You do the
Lana
same.
bows.
You watch as when you bow, Lana, Lottie and Gilly kind of bow their heads to you.
Primrose looks to Lottie and she waves very happily with a big smile and says, "Thank you so much for helping me find this dress. I feel so beautiful in it. I never would have picked this on my own if it weren't for you." And she does a very, very small and, happy bow before bouncing right up again.
Oh, well, I have been told many stories about the elves, and supposedly the elves were very regal and airy and ethereal. That fits you perfectly, dear.
Really? You think so?
Yes. Now go. We need to close shop.
Oh, yes. Good night. Have a good night.
You as well.
And she leaves. Her face bright pink once more because she loves women.
Irina just waves at Lottie and Gilly. She looks at Sam. Well, suppose it's time to go to dinner.
Yep. Shall we then? And Sam holds out an.
Irina just looks at your arm for a minute and she looks up at your face. And then she just hooks her arm with yours. Let's go! You guys leave and you watch as Lottie and Gilly kind of follow. They trail behind you all, and as you all get out of the shop, they're waving at you as you leave.
I wave back enthusiastically.
Primrose, jumps up a little bit, jumps up and down, 2 times, just very lightly, and is just waving her hand so excitedly.
See, this is how you brighten folks' days.
Yes. So, you guys are outside of the tailor shop, which again is number 8 here. And all you have to do is come up this street here. And here is Wachter House. So.
Okay, Prim kind of runs ahead of the group a little bit before stopping and says, Sam, Lana, look at this, watch. And then she pauses before spinning around in a circle a few times, letting her dress do the whoosh thing, and then says, "Look at how pretty this is!"
Lana blinks. And she turns to Sam. And then she looks back at Primrose and she says, "I used to do that as a child. Is that normal for elves to do?"
Well, I'm not sure. The only elves I've been with for a long time have been my family, and we're all kind of eccentric, so I don't know what you would consider normal. And she just kind of shrugs it off. And just goes on and on about how awesome that place was. She's clearly never, been to an actual clothes store before. She's they had clothes everywhere. All different sizes and colors and styles. They had pants. And she's just absolutely amazed and so happy. She's just a little child at this point, just so excited about being in a place brand new. Happiness.
Irina is watching you all and watching Primrose as she's twirling, and she just sighs as she kind of pulls Sam with her to be ahead of the group as she leads you all to Wachter House. And idly, you can kind of hear her mumble, I wonder where Eastmark is. Oh well.
Oh, man.
Should we go looking for him before we go to the Wachter House?
Well, I don't think we have time. So, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. I worry too much. He'll be fine. So, as you guys are moving, you guys come upon a house. And can't say it's a house, it's a mansion. And it's this beautiful mansion, but the outside isn't very well taken care of. There's briars all around the house, and they look as if they're coming out and they're trying to reach out to the nearest person. But the house is very well lit. It screams elegance. And Irina will approach the door, and she will knock on the door. And as she knocks on the door, you are met with Lana. You will remember him because this is the man who you saw outside of the orphanage. And Irina looks at him and her brow kind of furrows, and he still has that smile on his face as he bows to you all. Welcome to Wachter House. Please, come inside. Dinner is being set up. And he steps aside to offer you all to come inside.
Lana will walk in.
Lana is always the first person to walk into something. Like, we're all just sitting here, and
Well,
Lana is always the first to go into places.
Irina walked in first this time.
I know, but out of the players, Lana is always the first to just walk in. Like, it could be a giant haunted mansion with zombies scratching at the windows from the inside, and Lana would just walk right in.
She'll learn when she goes unconscious.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be first. And
Yeah.
she's got equal.
I mean,
Lana's let's do this.
when it comes to the scary stuff, she lets Sam go first.
I feel like everyone would let Sam go first.
You're awfully trained for a paladin.
So,
Awful what?
Trady for a paladin if you're wigged out by the scary stuff.
I'm not wigged out. I just learned early on that I am soft compared to you.
Wigged out.
I let you go first so you can get hit, and I hit after you.
Perfect.
So, as the front door opens, it opens to a narrow vestibule. There are 3 stained glass doors in wooden frames that lead from it. And as Irina very slowly pushes those stained glass doors open, you enter another small hallway where directly in front of you there's a wooden staircase that leads up to a balcony. At the foot of the stairs, there's a landing with 3 stained glass doors in wooden frames. So you have a door here, you have a door here, and there's actually a door up here as well. As you're sitting in this little hall vestibule thing to your left, you can hear talking. And the man who greeted you and told you to come in slips past Irina and opens this door, and he tells you all to go in. And Irina goes first.
Yep, Sam just sticks with Irina.
Lana is following suit.
Primrose is following after Lana. Because she thinks it's wise to go after what looks like the human equivalent of a tank.
Liliana is just following everyone.
Give me just a moment. So, as you guys enter this room, you see that this room is made up of, on your right, there is a den, kind of like a little parlor kind of area. And then there's a dining table right here. At the parlor, there are 3 very elegant couches surrounding an oval table made of black glass. All are set in front of a blazing hearth, above which hangs a portrait of a smirking nobleman sporting a broken nose and a tangle of hair graying at the temples. There are several smaller portraits that hang on the north wall. The dining room has an ornate dining table that stretches the length of the room. There's a crystal chandelier hanging above it imperiously. The silverware is a little tarnished, and the dishes are chipped, but it's all still very elegant. There are 8 chairs that surround the table, and their backs are adorned with sculpted elk horns. The arched windows are made of a latticework of iron and glass, and look out onto the small estate outside. At the head of the table, you see a woman, but you see 2 younger men standing on either side of her. All of you will notice you have seen these 2 men before.
No.
You have seen them at the Blue Water Inn.
That's what I figured you'd say.
Oh, great.
You may have heard them mention a woman named Stella. And as they all catch you, you see the woman look over at you, and there's a smile on her face. And she slowly gets up from her chair. One of the young men pulls the chair back so she stands. And she bows her head. Thank you for coming to dinner. May I offer you all a seat? Would you prefer to be here? We can have a little chat before dinner's ready. I believe it still has a few minutes. Am I right, Ernest? And you watch as the man who brought you all in shuffles between all of you to get through the hall and through another door.
No, whatever's fine. Sitting down for a chat before dinner is agreeable to me.
You all
And
watch.
thank you for the invitation.
You all watch as Irina, she comes over and she bows her head, and the 2 young men have very wide eyes as they see her, and The lady walked her eyes also get very big, and she goes, "Little Irina, it has been quite some time." And you watch her open her arms, and Irina steps over and offers the older woman a hug. You can hear Irina ask something about Stella, but Lady Wachter just gets this sad, longing look on her face before she shakes her head. And you see even the two young men get a little uncomfortable about the subject. But they come over to you and they each offer a hand to all of you. This young man is Carl Wachter. And this young man is Nikolai II.
I like Nikolai. He's cute.
They both bow their heads and, as I said, offer your hands with very short introductions. You watch as the Lady Wachter turns her attention back to all of you. And it is the slightest bow of her head as she looks at all of you. "I am Fiona Wachter, the head of this house. When I heard there were newcomers here, I was quite surprised. Haven't had any of those for quite a while."
Lana is going to bow when the lady bows. And as she speaks, Lana kind of just tilts her head and listens. And she says, "When was the last time you had newcomers?"
"Oh, I was a child the last time we had outsiders here. My mother and father invited them. I did not live here, no. This was my husband's home." But I was very young the last time there were outsiders.
Primrose bowed to the woman, like, lifting up her dress a little bit, and then says, "Well, I hope that we meet only the best of your expectations, madam."
You are very pretty, little one. Oh, wait. You elves age differently from us, don't you?
Yes, we do.
So I suppose you should be calling me little one.
Oh, no. I am determined to treat you with the utmost respect. Despite our age difference, you seem to be a lot wiser.
That will get you places here.
But yes, us elves do stay in a perpetual state of youthful appearance.
Yes.
Although, you do look quite youthful yourself.
I
And she
appreciate
smiles.
that. Who are the rest of you?
Sam.
Lana.
My name is Sam. Pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure, dear.
Lana stands up straighter and she says, "My name's Lana."
A pleasure. And who are you? She's looking at Liliana.
Liliana is just like, you can see her just like staring at the ground, and then she's like, my name is Liliana, and it's a very big pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Then Primrose speaks up again and says, My name is Primrose. Primrose Quill.
Oh, it's quite a beautiful name you have, dear.
Thank you.
Quite different from what we see around here. And you watch as she approaches you three, and her hand, she kind of waves it dismissively, and you watch as the two boys there go through a door and into another room. They actually move into this room here. And Lady Wachter stands in front of you, Lana. And you watch her as she looks you up and down.
Lana looks down at her, tries to not look menacingly, but fails.
And when her eyes match yours, it's hard to tell if it's a lack of emotion or a mask. But the slight smile that she wears never falters as her eyes lock with yours. You? What are you exactly?
I do not understand the question.
Oh, well, I am a human. And then she gestures to Primrose and Liliana, and every movement that she makes is very regal and elegant. They are elves. What are you?
Yes, I am what my people would call Goliath.
You have a people.
Yes.
I've never seen anything like you before. And I've seen quite a few things.
Well, I am not from here.
Well, that is very true. Come. Let's get seated. I don't have any wine, I apologize for that. But I do have some very fine ale from Kresk. I hope that will be enough for now.
Than enough, thank you.
And Lady Wachter moves back to the head of the table, but you watch her as she takes Irina's hand and almost forcibly makes her sit down next to her. Irina, there's this slight spark showing that she's uncomfortable as she glances at the group of you.
Primrose is gonna sit across from Irina.
It's okay, I just
Lana
had to move
wants-
stuff.
Lana wants to sit here.
Okay.
She wants to be able to see the doors and to be close enough to the exit.
Well, your nearest door is this door here.
Right.
There is a window here and a window here. The other door is here.
Sam, did you just move yourself to sit on the other side? Is Primrose the only person sitting on this side of the table?
Facing the doors is a thing that I agree with.
Well, Primrose is the closest, so sucks to suck.
Yep.
Ernest comes out and
That Sam just wants to freaking, raise an eyebrow at Irina when she looks when she gives the uncomfortable look. He'll just quirk one eyebrow like, yeah?
well, Irina right now does not do or say anything. She just, watch as when Lady Wachter smiles, Irina forces a bit of a smile herself.
Okay.
Ernest comes out from what you assume is the kitchen, and he has a very large bottle, and he's pouring each of you a glass of ale. When he gets to Lady Wachter, as he serves her last, he fills her cup, and he leans down and he whispers something to her. And she nods. She kind of dismisses him with her hand, and he goes back to the kitchen. And she looks at all of you. It is very lovely to see all of these new faces. Ever since my poor Nikolai died, we haven't been able to have very many dinners.
I'm sorry about that. That sounds very rough.
It was. I loved him dearly. I disobeyed my parents to be with him.
Despite the loss of him, I do hope you're in better spirits.
With him
I hope
gone,
you can find happiness.
my spirit is broken with him gone. But I will live. I have things that I must do.
May you find happiness in the future. That's all I wish for.
The only happiness I will find is if you watch her smile fade completely. Is when the Baron finally loses his head. But I can only do that in a certain amount of time, so.
Primrose just nods in understanding, not even questioning it.
You watch Sam. Actually, hold on. Can you roll me a perception check, please? We'll see if you notice it first.
I can. Come on, do the thingy faster.
Do the thing. Okay, so you do pick it up. You watch as this woman's smile fades. You can watch as her nails scrape against the wood of the table and actually leave marks. And Irina kind of leans closer to you, like this is very obviously very new behavior to her.
Mm-hmm.
And Irina kind of takes a shaky breath in. Ernest comes out, and he's bringing each of you a plate of food. What you have is, on your plate is a full, small hen, probably a Cornish game hen. You have roasted potatoes, along with a few other roasted vegetables, roasted root vegetables, like parsnips and carrots and things like that. Each of you gets a plate, and Lady Wachter is the first to lift her glass. She looks at all of you. To a new, hopefully promising friendship. And as she says the word friendship, her eyes land on Lana.
Lana just looks very uncomfortable.
Are you all right, dear?
I don't understand why I am the one. She leans over to Sam and she says, "What do I say?"
Say you're fine.
I'm fine. And she kind of does like a smile. that doesn't reach her eyes.
Lady Wachter is watching you very, very closely, Lana. And she takes a sip of her ale. You watch as she twirls it in her cup. Still watching you. I believe you would love my little book club. You all might like it, actually.
Well, Primrose follows suit, raising her glass and saying, I agree with that idea of friendship. And then sipping her drink. Just casually, with a mainly blank face, but in a more dignified way. But definitely lacking all of that energy that she had before.
Hopefully this will be very profitable. The only way it will be profitable, of course, is if someone can get rid of the Baron, but I believe I have my ways. So, depending on how long you stay here, you might see some new management here.
New
Why
management.
did you want to get rid of the Baron?
Have you not seen what that man has done to this town? What his entire family has done to this town? How he tortures people. Puts them in the stocks with plastered donkey heads on them. Or even sends them to the reformation centers. He almost set my poor Carl there once. His little bastard of a boy.
Exactly is the Reformation Center? I mean, we've got some information on it.
What information have you gotten about the Reformation Center?
Well, let's see. I had it written down. It wasn't much other than the Baron sent people there when they would either talk badly about the Baron or go against his rules. And if they continue to break the rules, they'd be executed.
Well, you got some of your information correct. The Baron and his family have never liked dissent. They cannot handle criticism, none of that. So, well, while the Baron's father would just execute anyone who talked ill about him, the current Baron will put black hoods on his citizens and steal them from their beds at night. Their families think they've gone missing, and that's what the Baron tells them. They've run away. If they do run away, they certainly never come back. Isaac makes sure of that.
Yes, we've had a run-in with Isaac already.
Oh, have you seen his arm? Quite the sight. It is quite the sight to watch him work with that arm.
I do not like him.
Oh, why not? He can be quite a very sweet boy.
He was not very sweet to us.
Oh, he wasn't. Did you break a rule? I know he's very close to the Baron.
We did not. But because we were at a place that he was at
Let me rephrase that. Did you cause someone to break a rule for you?
Lana looks to Sam. I don't believe so.
Oh, my dear, I already know about your little pet. And that is a big no-no here.
The wolf, yes.
Yes.
Well, we were not made aware that it was against the rules. We were just at the gates. I'm confused as to why a pet cannot be brought in when it's a pet.
That thing is not a pet. That thing is a danger.
That's not true.
But I don't know the beast. That is just the assumption because of what it is. Anyway, I will tell you this right now.
Wolves.
The wolves attack the people. And the wolves, supposedly, are minions of Strahd, the devil, as he's called here.
That particular wolf is not.
Are you sure?
Positive. Our companion here is a ranger. It's her bonded companion pet.
You watch as she tilts her head to Liliana. You do know wolves lie through their teeth. Do you not?
Oh, this one certainly didn't, man.
Oh, just wait. That's what they all say. Many have tried to do what you are doing. Eventually the betrayal comes. Don't be sad when it happens. You've been warned now. Because I can tell you, he is most likely watching your every move through that beast. There's a little help for you.
Oh, if he was doing that, I think I'd certainly know.
I don't think you would. Do you know just what he can do?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Are you talking about your wolf? Or Strahd?
She's saying that Strahd can watch you through the eyes of your wolf.
He is smart.
I do not like this devil man either.
Me either.
Oh, so many people have him all wrong. He is only an issue if you cross him. That's all. Otherwise, he'll just leave you alone. You're nothing.
Well, then, I hope I can find some way to repair whatever I did. I'd not ever known nor heard of him, but he seemed to pick on me as soon as I met these people.
Oh,
He said that I reeked of blood, and that he'd like me as a bride.
oh, well, if he wants you as a bride, you would have quite a wonderful life. You're already an elf, so you live quite a long life anyway, but your life would be far more extended. Not everybody wants that, though. I was offered once, and I refused. He wasn't upset about that. So I'm sure he's not upset about that with you.
Primrose leans in a little bit. It's not that I don't like the idea of being a wife to someone like that. I just found the scent of blood to be a little insulting due to my past.
Oh dear, we all have death on our hands at some point.
Yes.
You need to
But-
get used to that. The scent is always there, and it never leaves.
She nods and then says, "But you truly think that a life with him, if he did choose to like me, a life with him would be happy and prosperous?"
I believe it would.
I mean, if you like drinking blood.
There is that downside, of course, but
And being undead.
he would take very good care of you. But again, it's none of my business, really. He has offered the same to me, and I refused, and he has never come after me. So I highly doubt he is coming after the lot of you because of you, if that's what he's doing anyway. Is he actually coming after you?
I'm unsure. It's not been a long time since I've joined, but I never outright refused him. Never.
Oh, well then
So
you might get a second chance.
All right. And she smiles and just looks down at the table.
He has some very beautiful brides. You could always have fun with them and ask them.
You know... Wait, he has... How many brides?
He currently has 3.
And where would I find these women?
Well, at his castle.
Alright.
Now, she looks at you, Sam. I didn't catch what you said, dear.
Which part?
You and Primrose talked right over each other.
I only said if she likes, drinking blood and being undead, that she would have a happy time of this. And, I something tells me she's not the living death type.
She'll turn her attention to you, Sam. And she'll just smile. Her smile gets a little wider. Living here. I believe it would be better to be undead. Maybe, if such a thing had happened to my Nikolai, he would still be here with me.
We were not given a choice of whether or not we wanted to be here.
I have been told that. I remember a story similar to that when I was younger. Something about, well, the story that I had heard was a fog had come over a land and suffocated a few members. And when they awoke, they were here. I wonder what happened to them.
Well, for me, I think it's a bit different than that. I was in the forest, and I saw a fog creeping in like it was a wall. I couldn't see anything past it, and I approached it, and stupidly, I stuck my hand right in it, and then someone pulled me in, and I awoke on the cart of a very beautiful Vestani woman. And very beautiful.
You need to be careful with those Vistani. They hand out curses, like candy for children.
Oh, I didn't receive a curse. In fact, I think they blessed me with quite a few items.
Are you sure? Are you sure the items that they gave you weren't cursed?
I know that they have magical properties, but they're not negative ones.
We'll see.
Alright.
No. I had a purpose for bringing you all here. And Sam, one thing that you notice is Irina, as this whole conversation about Strahd is happening, Irina has literally, like, death gripped your knee.
Okay.
She hasn't said a word, but she has death gripped your knee. She
Gotcha.
is holding on to you for dear life during this entire conversation.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think she expected the old person she knows to be a Strahd fan.
Now, I did have a purpose for inviting you all to dinner tonight. A proposition of sorts. I believe you all are capable. And if you help me, I may be able to help you.
As long as you don't expect us to kill the Baron.
That is quite unfortunate. But I suppose we can go with plan B on that.
Lana's eyebrows like shoot to the top of her head, and she looks at Sam, and then she looks at Lady Walker, and she says, "You really expected us, who are already in a world of trouble with the Baron, to assassinate him when we already have eyes on us."
Her gaze looks you up and down again, Lana. That is why I'm here. I can offer you sanctuary from his eyes. You would still have some trouble. He does have guards posted all over his house, and obviously Ezek stays with him as well. But if you don't want to get your hands that dirty, then I suppose we could figure out something else. There is the festival happening in a few days.
We need to get... Do we have to be at the festival? No, right?
Yes,
Out of
you
character
guys
thing?
have to attend the festival.
Sorry, I crashed. Hello.
Hello.
What did I miss?
I thought we only have to attend if we're here.
You have to attend the festival.
If
Oh,
we're
we're talking
here.
about
If you
festival.
If you guys are still in town, you have to attend the festival.
Oh, right. We were actually planning on not being in town for the festival. Because we have a winery to go check out, and, you know, potentially a bunch of other crap to do.
Okay.
And-
Is somebody going
but-
to tell her that, or is this in character?
Oh, no, nobody's telling. Wait. Telling who that? Wachter or...
Wachter.
Oh, no. Sam isn't talking to any. I was just clarifying the out-of-character
Okay.
part and actually having to be there.
That was what I was
Mhm.
trying to figure out.
Yeah. No. I was just clarifying for out-of-character that we don't actually have to go to the festival.
I was going to say, if you're not in town, you do not have to go.
Right. Okay.
But if you are in town, and here is the thing. The Baron knows you are in town. He has your names. If he does not find you at the festival, if you are not there, there will be a punishment.
Not if we leave first. I mean, and if he wants to punish us for not being in town at the time, then he's more than welcome to try.
Wonderful.
But, like, yeah, no, I'm not going to stay in this place just to go to a fest. Like, no.
Okay. So,
No.
So, as Lady Wachter mentions the festival, what are you all going to say to her?
I don't know what happened while I was gone. When did we start talking about a festival?
Lady Wachter just happened to mention if you guys don't want to get your hands dirty by killing the Baron, then she mentioned there could be something that you guys could do at the festival.
Ooh.
I think I'm just going to cut this to a point. I'm not an assassin.
I don't need you to be an assassin. If anything, I need a riot.
You need us to start a riot?
I need you to take out guards and start a riot.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why would we do
I have
so?
severe reservations about interfering in politics.
Well, 1, I can pay you handsomely. 2, with the Baron out of the way, very obviously I would be the next choice to run the town of Vallaki. I plan on bringing reality back to this town. The Baron's moniker of all will be well will no longer exist. The Reformation Center will be taken down. The gallows and the stocks will have to stay up, but those will only be for harsh crimes. You know, not petty theft, but obviously burglary, murder, things of that sort. We still have to have some punishment.
So you would ensure the happiness and safety of the people should you come to rule?
You watch her smile. Exactly.
Yes, but
Yeah,
from what I've read, Lana speaks up. She says, Strahd has not come into town in over 150 years. Will you be able to keep that going?
I don't see why I can't. Strahd and I have no issues. He has more issues with the Valakovich family than he does with me. And if anything, he's biding his time.
I don't think either of anyone here, Baron, you, anyone, actually has a choice in that matter.
Oh, I never said I did. But
You said you think you could keep him out of town. I don't think you could. If he wanted to come into town,
Oh, yes.
with the population, yeah.
if he wanted to come here, he very obviously could. What I am saying is that I happen to be on the better side of Strahd than he is. With him gone, Strahd won't have much of a reason to blatantly attack. But it's just an offer. You all can think on it if you'd like. And you watch her as she places her glass down and she begins to eat.
We get if we started this riot.
I didn't catch all that.
I just ask what they would get if they started the riot.
What would I get, or what would you get?
Us, my group.
Okay. Firstly, I would pay each of you 500 gold. And secondly, you would have a safe haven here in town. If I get my way, I will be moving into the Burgomaster's mansion, and you all can have this house. Consider it a thank you gift.
Primrose is like, her face is still the same as it was before, this blank kind of like, indifferent elegance and just composure, but her eyes are just so much wider, and she sips her drink, just staring into the drink like she just found out the secret to the universe or something, with that expression on her face. But still obviously trying to remain poised and composed. But then she looks at Sam from above her drink and just raises her eyebrows at him.
And what if we chose to not chose. And what of our ranger's companion?
Well, I have no say in that. If you wish to have Strahd watch your every move, you can keep the beast. I have no issue with it. As long as you keep it under control.
From what Strahd has told us, he can watch us anyway.
I'm sure he's not wrong. He has many eyes everywhere.
So what's the beast gonna do?
Oh, he can command the beast to kill you in your sleep. He can command the beast to separate you and pick you off one by one. He can command the beast to leave and bring werewolves. He can command the beast to leave and bring the blood druids. It all just depends on how he feels.
What's
Yes.
a blood druid? That's
Oh.
something I haven't.
Have you not heard of that, my dear?
Nope.
A story for another time, I suppose. For now, how about you eat? Enjoy yourself while you're here.
Lana says a quick prayer over her food to Scotty.
You say your prayer, and you feel and hear nothing. It almost seems like there's static.
Primrose, instead of immediately starting to eat, she lowers her voice and, wait, what was her last name again? Dang, I keep forgetting. It keeps slipping my mind.
Wachter?
Wachter. Yes, she looks at, Wachter and lowers her voice so that, they could just have a small discussion, and says, what did you say earlier about Strahd's wives?
Oh, his brides.
Yes.
They're all very beautiful. I know I said that.
I can imagine.
Well, once you are turned, you never age. So they are stuck They are stuck in an ageless cycle.
Turned into vampires, I presume?
Oh, yes.
Has he ever left a wife, as in almost divorced her?
Oh, no. He only chooses the best.
Ah. Well, we do like a dedicated man.
We do. My Nikolai was very dedicated.
Such traits can be very hard to find.
They are. I did not want such a life, so that is why I refused. I wanted to be able to save my home.
Do they ever leave the house? The brides?
Oh, I'm sure they do. I don't see why they wouldn't. They're allowed to run around as they please. Though I have been told when they run around, you really shouldn't be out. Something about how they're sadistic.
I see.
But again, I'm sure that's something that happens with being alive for so long. I know the youngest one is only about 50 years old. So.
Oh. Very young. I happen to be in my 200s myself.
Well, I mean, she's only been turned for the last 50 years.
I see.
When she was turned, I believe she was... I don't know. She looks to be in about her late 20s, early 30s. And she looks about your... If we equate your age to human age, she looks about your age.
I suppose in human years, I'd be about 22 or 23.
Mid-20s.
The story... Well, not the story, but... The tale of Strahd and his brides seems to greatly interest me for some reason. I feel that it is incredibly attention-grabbing, and something I would like to learn more about.
Well, I can't tell you anything, dear. You will have to talk to him or one of his brides.
That is, if I can ever find one of them. They sound pretty hard to get a grip on from what I've heard from you.
As I've just said, if you can't get a hold of them, there are ways to get a hold of him.
I don't mean to continue asking questions, but again, I've not heard of him before until very recently. How would one... She lowers her voice even more so that hopefully other people won't hear her too well. How would one do that?
I will allow this. The rest of you can roll perception rolls to see if you hear her whispering and hear what she's talking about.
Does it count if I'm right next to her?
If she is leaning over and whispering, then yes.
They're gonna think very differently of Primrose, I think.
Perception?
Yes, perception check, please.
Sure.
So let me know your number, Liliana.
5.
That's some really good Cornish game hen right there.
It's delicious. Lady Wachter leans over to you. Pray before you sleep, and he may just come to you in your dreams.
Before I sleep.
Yes. Pray to him before you fall asleep.
I understand. Thank you very much for telling me all of this information. I greatly appreciate it, ma'am.
You are quite welcome. Lana and Jim, or Lana and Sam,
Yeah.
and Irina. You all heard her asking about this.
Fuck.
Lana's gonna pretend that she didn't hear.
Liliana is just wants her to be her friend so much that she doesn't listen to it.
Yeah. Primrose sits back upright and then, picks up her silverware and just starts eating, her vegetables like nothing even happened, not sparing anyone else a single glance. She is deep in thought, transfixed almost.
Lana looks to Lady Walker and she says, "So all you have to do is pray and he can hear you."
Lady Wachter
Is that
looks
why
up
he
from
laughed
her
at
plate.
me?
Lady Wachter looks up from her plate, and she looks at you. There's no one else to listen. Most deities are blocked from Barovia, so...
So, and why?
What was that?
How so and why?
Oh, that I don't know. You would have to ask him. He is the lord of this land, after all. It is better to have a good relationship with him than a bad one, dear. And if he teases you, maybe it's because he likes you. Men will be men, after all. You all suddenly hear a very loud crash coming from upstairs. And you watch Lady Fiona kind of jump. And she looks up at the ceiling. And you watch as the two men who had gone through the other door to the parlor, they come running out. They run past all of you. And you can see them go through the door. And you can hear them running up the stairs. And you watch Lady Fiona. She places her silverware down. And she takes her napkin. And she wipes her mouth, very ladylike. And she places it down on the table next to her plate. Pushes her chair out and stands, and she looks at all of you. It appears there's been a little accident upstairs. I'm going to go tend to that. You all may finish eating. And I would appreciate it if you finished eating. You go back and you think on my offer. That would be greatly appreciated. She nods her head to all of you. Have a wonderful night. Sleep well. And she disappears through the door. And you can hear her slowly going up the stairs. She's not moving as quickly as the two boys did. And now all of you are left in the dining room.
Looks to Sam and she says, I do not know how I feel about her or what she asked of us.
Let's finish eating and head out. We can talk about that later.
I believe I am done.
I was gonna say, you guys watch Irina. She releases your knee, Sam, and she instantly stands up. The color has left her face, and she is a darker skinned woman, so to see her pale is kind of odd.
I
And
guess we're done and we can leave now.
it's robotic as she turns and she moves to get out of the house.
Yep, let's be gone and out of here and yeah.
Lana is right after Irina, and she says, "Are you okay?"
Irina doesn't say a word.
Primrose finishes her food and slowly gets up from the table, placing her napkin down and arranging the plate and silverware in, an appropriate manner that it would be very easy for them to clean up later before looking at Liliana and saying, "Well, I do believe we should head out. We need to go home and get some sleep after all."
You just hear Liliana stuttering over her words. She's like, yeah, that... And she, gets up and just immediately walks out.
Are you planning on jumping ship after we walk out the door? He'll look at Primrose and go, are you planning on jumping ship?
What does that mean?
Are you planning on praying so that you can go be a bride?
No!
Okay.
She looks kind of shocked, and she just looks down at the ground, shaking her head.
You did ask.
My
About-
curiosity gets the best of me. I can admit that. That is my character flaw. My curiosity gets out of hand, but I would never do something like that. The only thing I can admit to being wrong about is having an untamable curiosity. That is a flaw of mine. I can admit that. She gets very defensive straight out of the gate.
Well, I asked and you said no, so okay.
I couldn't think of doing that to you guys.
Anyway. No, okay. I asked and you said no. I'm done.
Primrose. I want you...
Oh.
I'm going to DM you something. Okay?
Okay, cool.
Okay?
No, I'm so nervous.
Okay. I was gonna do something, but then I was like, wait, I'll just do this.
Okay,
So,
cool.
I'm gonna DM you something.
For some reason, I don't know why I'm nervous. I think it might be for a good reason. I'm not sure yet.
Irina just starts walking. She is trying to leave the situation. You can see that as she's walking, she actually is it's a panic type of movement as she is untying the underbus corset because she is trying to rip it off of her body.
Okay.
And
So
she doesn't even care that she is out in public. She is moving as quickly as she can to get back to the inn. She does not want to be here.
I guess I'll just come up next to her and just be like, all right, so you gonna you good yet? Can you explain or no?
What is there to explain? She actually is. Does she actually think he's a good person?
Not at all. I don't think so at all. I don't think that's the case. I think it's more of a she thinks that's the best choice out of a bunch of crappy ones. And I have no interest in taking part in any of the crap that she's starting to sling here. She's broken. She's broken worse than I've seen in a while.
I don't. I wish there was someplace else I could sleep tonight. I can't do this. I no.
Do y'all want to like just leave the city?
It'd be easier for him to get me in the open.
Well, we can always see about the church. I know it's not protected anymore.
No, I feel safer with all of you, if that's okay.
Oh, that's fine. You're more than welcome to crash with me anytime. I'll kick your brother out.
Lana,
You don't have to kick my brother out if we share a bed.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
That works. I'll do that. Lana can have the room to herself tonight if she wants.
Lana looks to Irina and she says, well, you seemed very perturbed by her before we even sat down. So, would you mind cluing us all in onto why?
Oh, she was always odd, but I didn't think she would be like that. I mean, I thought what happened to Stella was rumors.
What happened to her?
Oh, she fell in love with the Baron's son, and they were arranged to be married. And he did something to her. He broke her mind.
The Baron?
No, his son.
Who's Stella?
Stella is Lady Wachter's daughter.
Okay.
You guys did not see her here. But
she did
mention her.
No, if that's the case, then I think maybe I was wrong. And it could be that she's just so angry with the Baron, she'll take any out that's not the Baron, and that would include the devil.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what out she takes. This is...
I agree.
If
But I can see how her mind would break along that line.
If Victor
If the
really
Baron
did
is
that... Victor was always an odd boy.
Well, according to the history books that Lana read, it says that or from everything that we have found out, including the books and what we've been willing to get out of people, those that go to the Reformation centers either come back broken or not at all. So, mind-altering torture is on the table. I don't like it here.
No. He didn't... The rumor was... that... he just... he tortured her for fun. There was no Reformation Center. He knew how much she cared for him, and he used that to torture her. And when he dumped her back to Lady Fiona, she was nothing. She called herself Kitty, What if that was what if that was Stella? That big crash, what if that was her?
Potentially. I unfortunately can't cure mental illness.
You watch Irina stop in the street, and she looks back the way you guys had come.
I might be able to.
Do you think there's any way maybe we could get in there and at least try to find her?
What is finding her going to do?
At least getting her away from her mother.
Why would we want to get her away from her mother?
Her mother is part of the reason this happened. Her mother was the one who arranged the marriage. Her mother's keeping her locked up when she should have some sort of help.
What help can she get here?
And you watch Irina. She's very frustrated, and her hands go into her hair, and she's like, I don't know right now.
You know, I don't blame you for wanting to look out for someone that you know. I really don't. The thing of it is, I mean, if there was something I knew that could help fix the problem, I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's go back and fix the problem. But if we take her away from her mother, where are we going to put her? If she's truly mad...
Wait, she invited you to her book club, and she points to Lana and to Primrose. You guys could go. You guys could go, and you could get some information. That's what you types do, right?
I mean, yes, it is. She said that she thought all of us would like the book club, so I would not say split the group, but I'm really hoping that the book club is not a... I'm very, very leery on what the book club would actually be.
Well, if it's something bad, we can always take care of it, right?
That's the truth.
One less bad thing here.
No, that's the truth. And in all honesty, freaking, like, and I'm gonna actually make sure nobody's around to overhear this while we're on our way back and whatnot, because I don't want any trouble before it's time for trouble. But it's like, in all honesty, I from everything I've heard so far, I don't think that freaking, like, I wouldn't actually even be opposed to her suggestions if it wasn't from the place that it was coming from. This whole area is kind of fucked up.
You watch as she cracks a smile. You're not wrong, dear.
I mean, if I could fix the problems, I would. If I could get people to fix their own problems, it would be even better. But I don't have that kind of juice yet.
Lana looks to Sam and Irina and she says, I do not believe the Baron or this Lady Walker are good leaders.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. Wholeheartedly.
So
If something were to happen, who would you suggest to lead?
Nobody? I don't know. See, that's why I don't like getting involved in politics, because no. I mean, we only just walked into town yesterday, and we've already got somebody propositioning services for horrible things, and somebody else, I don't know enough about anybody to make a decision there.
Well, I could give you some information, but I do have a couple people in mind that would be better choices.
I mean, you know the area, so you actually know the city and its people. So if you're thinking this is a good idea, and you're thinking that this is a thing that should happen, and that it should be an utter cleanse instead of a halfway, it's
Yes.
considerable if it's for the betterment of everybody else.
I think it would be.
Oh dear. This is gonna be an entry for the journal.
She looks at you and she smiles.
I hate politics.
At least I get the help of a pretty face.
Hey, there you go. Plus side, silver linings and all that.
Exactly. Well, I will tell you my number one choice.
Have we met them?
Yeah. Yes, you have.
Oh, okay.
Danica.
The innkeeper?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree.
I think she would be very good for this
These are always
place.
good people.
I think she would be very, very good for this place. My number two choice would be Father Lucian, but he's gotten kind of odd in his old age.
We also still need to find those bones.
We do need to do that as well. Maybe Ismark is getting more information.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be back when we get back.
We'll
If
see.
not, we're going to have to be looking for him.
Okay.
I am very tired of this day.
I am
Uh-huh.
too. Let's just get to the inn and go to bed.
Liliana is just gonna pipe up and say, do you know where I can buy leather armor?
Well,
I mean, the tailor, probably.
the tailor. Why?
I just wanna go visit.
You'll have to wait until tomorrow.
I mean, yeah.
The tailor's
did
closed
close
now.
You hear her just sigh very quietly. It's just like, alright.
Okay.
Primrose is just very silently walking. She is not going to say a word this entire walk.
Alrighty then, back to the inn.
So, you guys get back to the inn, and Irina, she's calmed down a bit, but not too much, and she doesn't even go inside the main part of the inn. She instantly goes up the stairs to where all the bedrooms are. And
I suppose Sam will join just to check and see if East March is back yet.
okay, as you guys get up to the room, Ismark is not there. Is there anything else anybody wants to do? Or is everybody just gonna go to bed?
Yeah,
Gotta be
Primrose
Lana
is
goes
gonna-
straight up to her room and
Yeah.
takes her clothes off and just plops
Oh.
into the bed.
Okay. So,
Yeah. Primrose just gonna head up to her room.
okay.
Liana is going to follow Primrose.
Make sure she says her prayers, right?
Yep.
Liana just looks at Sam, really confused and like, what do you mean by prayers?
Oh, God, you don't get the joke.
So,
Sam just shakes his head and he goes, wow, I guess my sense of humor really is just off.
With you all going up to the room, it's about 10 minutes after everybody gets settled. Ismark comes into the bedroom and he sees Irina and Sam together. And he instantly looks away. He doesn't even know if you guys are naked or not. He just instantly looks away and covers his eyes. I am so sorry.
Well, you're good, man. You're good, man. She got a little bit shook up today, so she's crashing in here. She can explain it to you.
Irina, what happened? And she goes on to explain, everything that happened, and you watch all of his facial expressions. Holy shit, why is this happening? And when she's finished, he looks around. I will let you two have the room. I'll see if I can crash with Lana. And he just walks out. And he goes to your door, Lana, and he knocks on the door.
Lana stumbles. You hear a bunch of crashing. And she'll say, hold on. And she'll toss on her night dress. And she'll fling open the door. And she'll see that it's Ismark. And she'll say, oh, it's just you. That's right. Irina is sleeping with Sam. She said that she felt more comfortable being with you, but if you would like to sleep here, you're more than welcome to.
I was about to ask. I don't want to be there if something happens. Thank you.
Oh, you mean they're round two?
Round two? Oh, that's fantastic. I don't need to know how many rounds they go. I will take the farthest bed, and I will make sure to keep big space. I won't take up too much space. I am just gonna go to sleep. And try not to think about that.
I am sorry that it upsets you so much.
It's not that it upsets me. It is the fact that that's my sister. We may not be related by blood, but that is my sister. I do not want to think about a man having sex with my sister.
Thinking of the act itself at all.
Would it be different if it was a woman?
No. He doesn't want to think of anyone fucking his sister. What was that, Lana?
Let's not. She said the act itself, thinking about the act itself for anybody is gross to her.
He looks at you, Lana. He looks at you, Lana, and he goes, and that just proves even more that you have never had that sort of fun.
I just thought to capitalize on your usage of emphasizing the word man, because I am absolutely hilarious. The funniest person ever.
Lana crosses her arms over her chest and she just looks at him and she says, I should not have to engage in certain activities in order to decide whether or not I like them. Just the idea of somebody touching me in a way that I do not like being touched is enough.
How do you know you don't like being touched in that way if you've never been touched in that way?
Because I do not like being touched.
I've done amazing things with my fingers and my tongue. And he just smiles.
Lana...
But that is not something I will force on you. So, I understand with whatever temple or whatever you came from, That is not a thing that you do. I am not going to constantly flirt with you. Now, if you decided that you wanted to learn, I would more than be happy to offer.
Constantly flirt. Wait. Flirt? What is this flirting?
Do you see how Irina and Sam interact with each other most of the time?
Oh, yes.
That is flirting.
It seems as though they do more or less of the same as Primrose and Liliana do to each other.
I've never really seen those two flirt, but the way that Sam and Irina act around one another, they flirt. They're attracted to each other. They like each other.
It's a lot of giggling.
I mean, when an idiot says something stupid, you giggle.
Exactly.
Yes.
They
It's
all
just-
sound like idiots.
It's
And they
just,
all laugh.
It's a little different when you're attracted to the person. If you're attracted to the person, the giggling... And you watch him think for a moment. How do I explain this? The giggling can lead to physical touching, which then leads to procreation. And when you
Lana
do it in such a
shivers.
way, it is meant to be fun. And it is fun. I'm not going to deny that.
Lana shivers and she looks kind of disgusted and she says, I think it is time to sleep. I will bid you a good night, Ismark. And she, like, slams her head onto the pillow and covers her entire body.
Ismark just kind of laughs. Good night, Lana. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. I was only trying to explain something.
You'll hear her from underneath the blanket. It's fine, I'm just tired.
Ismark gets himself ready for bed. Sam, you and Irina are cuddling. Basically, that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And Primrose and Liliana are getting ready for bed as well. And 20 minutes over, that is where we will end the session tonight.
Okie Dan.
Hooray! Wasn't that fun?
It was.
Made
If
it
you
through.
cannot guess, Lana is completely ace.
Yeah.
Just
Oh.
FYI.
It was the best kept secret.
Ace.